Jupiter is direct in Virgo, and this is going to affect your 7th house this month, Pisces. 7th house has to do with rules that you've made for yourself and others, and also commitments, again, between yourself and others. So that's what's going to be affected by this Jupiter direct in Virgo aspect that's going on this month. And also Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, your sign Pisces. And that's going to affect your 1st house of yourself and how you appear to others. So we'll get into these things here as we get into further on to the video. Now let's see how your ruling planets of Jupiter and Neptune affect you this month, Pisces. I'm Pastor Rosemary, an astrology angel. Thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from the mighty guardian angel Gabriel, who rules over all the water signs. Gabriel has made his presence very known from September already. So Gabriel is very present currently. And also your specific Pisces angel Omniziel, who resides over your mutable water nature, and these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. First, a love transmission for you, Pisces. Okay, now Jupiter being direct in Virgo is influencing again your 7th house of rules that you have for yourself and others, and also commitments that you have with other people, and how people feel about commitment. The big one, commitment. And this forces you, really what it does is forces you to follow your own rules. Because if you want people to do the things you think they should do, then you're going to have to follow the rules that you've set for others. And other people, though, are going to have to do that as well. So, if a person has come up to you and wants you to do a specific thing, then they need to be willing to do that as well. But because this is Jupiter direct in Virgo, and Virgo is very precise, then one has to be able to back up what they're saying with whatever rule book they're utilizing. So choose your rule book and then use it, or your system of rules, and then stick to those systems, because every system has its own precise rules. So if 2 different people are coming from 2 different systems, there's a little bit more leeway to debate. If someone's using one particular system, then there's less leeway to debate. However, many of these systems have within them already inserted principles from other systems. So that just means there's a little bit of yin in every bit of yang, a little bit of yang in every bit of yin, as you know. There's always another aspect that can be looked at, and the reason for that is easy, because nothing can really exist in all light or all dark. Nothing. Nothing can exist in all good or all bad. Nothing can exist in all mercy or all severity. We must exist in the nexus between the two. You cannot exist in this physical plane without give and take. Without inhale and exhale, you cannot live. Because according to the teachings of Kabbalah, to inhale is to receive, and to exhale is to give. So you understand. There's, to live in this 3D realm, both principles of light and dark, good and bad, have to exist. Male and female, receptive and projective, have to both exist to be in the physical plane. So that's what everybody has to get to the simplicity of in order to understand each other this month. It's going to be it's kind of a nitpicky kind of month in October. Now, with Neptune being retrograde in your sign, Pisces, and Neptune being a ruler over you, when Neptune is retrograde, you're going to want to go after the esoteric in life. And this affects your your first house of self and appearances. So you're going to want people to see you as deeply esoteric and having deep knowledge. So this is how you will want to be perceived. And especially for people that you're trying to get into some kind of romantic relationship, because you find the mystery of that to be alluring, so you're going to want to project that. So that's how this is going to play out for you in your emotional relationships during October. There's going to be a new moon on the 12th in Libra. And that has to do with the light being taken off of, or the highlight being taken off of, situations that are particular or more, not situations as much as focus. The spotlight being focused on everything being so fair. Certain people want to be treated special. And for example, those who are the Enneagram number of 4 have the need to be special. And so those types of individuals are going to want special treatment. For example, one famous person, and you can sort of get the idea, is Marilyn Monroe was an Enneagram type 4. She indeed was an individual who needed to be treated special, and indeed she was. So you see how these various aspects of the self play out. All right, now on the 27th, there is a full moon in the sign of Taurus the bull, and that will highlight stability, but that will also highlight what people have. So what people will be doing is they'll be trying to say, well, I have this, and I have that, and therefore, I should be important. So it's people looking for importance and how to be seen as important. So some people may feel that they have a great deal of property, and that makes them important. Other people may feel they have a great deal of money, and that makes them important. Some people feel they have a wonderful family, and that makes them important. Some people feel they have a wonderful relationship, and they think that makes them important. So everybody will be looking at what they have. Some people find their importance in spiritual aspects. Some people find their importance in the material. It depends on the person's genetic makeup. A person's genetics physically is, of course, their DNA. Your spiritual DNA has to do with your astrology. And there's so many systems of astrology, but basically that's what deals with the spiritual DNA. And indeed, the physical body is a reflection of the spiritual DNA as well. Okay, so just handle your relationships during the first part of the month, Pisces, with a little bit of allowing people their honor, and also allowing for a little bit of special treatment, and also not, broadcasting that. If you want to be treated special, then don't broadcast it, because then it just sort of nullifies the reason why you want to be treated special. But if the reason you want to be treated special is to be able to tell that to other people, it sort of nullifies the whole thing. So you're better off not broadcasting that if you want special treatment from your loved ones during October, the first half. The second half of October, however, will be a little bit different. During that time, that's the time when it's better to broadcast that type of thing. It won't sit well with people the first half of October that you're being treated special. The second half of October, then it will be something that you can broadcast. It won't nullify things at that time due to these planetary and astrological facets that are going on. So keep that in mind for your interpersonal relationships this month, Pisces. Okay, now for money, your Amethyst money transmission, and from Gabrielle, there is money to be made using your ability to mesmerize. That's what's going on this month of October for you, Pisces. So if you want to, you can use that in anything, any endeavor. You can use that whether you're working for someone, whether you're an employer, whether you have a business, you can use that in any kind of realm, because being able to mesmerize people is effective no matter what you're doing. It's going to enable you to make money. So it's sort of a Svengali, when you can have a power over people that is not really a power that people think having power over someone has to be about being able to harm them. Nothing could be further from the truth. That doesn't make you powerful to be able to harm somebody. That's just laziness. Anybody can harm people. It's easy to destroy something. It's very difficult to create and build something that mesmerizes people and is generous and giving and compassionate. That is where true power lies. Because in the art that can mesmerize someone, that's an ability to give and touch people on a very deep level, where they know that they are understood and that someone has compassion for them. So just understand that power over someone isn't about harm. Power is about the ability to heal and to make others feel comfortable and relaxed. And then it's much easier to be able to assist them, which is really their own internal healing, which you basically just have to give people the permission to heal themselves, and they'll heal very quickly. A lot of people don't feel they deserve to be healed. So that's what's going on with true power. Now, regarding your health transmission from Anitziel and the Archangel Gabriel, we have a situation in October where there's going to be a need for you, Pisces, to organize your health regimens, your health routines, your diet, exercise routines, whatever kind of, if you're trying to get into ultimate health and you're taking certain elixirs or whatever you're doing, the only necessity is to organize during the month of October. And you will find a great deal of assistance from your Archangel Gabriel when it comes to healing in your health regimens during October. If you want our help with chakra clearing and healing, we are experts in that. If you have any serious health problems, please speak to your chosen allopathic or homeopathic physician. Sometimes naturopaths also have an allopathic license, and they're gems to find. Okay, now we're going to get to the afterglow, and we're going to go over a planetary formula for you here, a Rosicrucian Kabbalistic planetary formula that will be interesting to look at. And then we'll just highlight again some of the facets that we want to highlight for you that we feel are important for you. So on October 17th, we have a Mars in Virgo conjunct Jupiter in Virgo. And that equation equals the energy poured into perfectionism, demanded of yourself as well as other people, finds compatible expression in rewards attained due to applying skills honed. So basically, people are trying very, very hard to be perfect and trying to do their very best and pouring themselves into being their best and to being as perfect as they can. And, a lot of overthinking is going on. And this is, people are honing their skills to a sharper and more precise angle. Just to highlight some of these planetary aspects we feel are important. And remember, Jupiter is direct in Virgo. That's why the perfectionism came up. It's this Jupiter in Virgo. Because there's all this bestowal, but then Virgo is very it's a perfectionistic, that's a word, type of energy. And then we have our Neptune retrograde in Pisces, and that affects you heavily because Neptune is one of your ruling planets. And again, the new moon's on the 12th in Libra, and the full moon's on the 27th in Taurus. Okay, Pisces, thank you for joining us. This is your Angelic Horoscope transmission from the Archangel Gabriel and your specific teaching angel Amethyst. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next month.